If you followed along for a while, you know that I'm a huge Star Trek fan, especially the original version with William Shatner. I think that was some of the best television really ever made. And it really stands the test of time to this day. I love watching these old episodes. I still watch them now. I just like am inspired as a sci-fi writer. That's what I want to be able to produce at the end of the day. And last year we reported on William Shatner going up into space. He's one of the few people who have actually done so. Very cool. And of course, George Takei was very bitter about it, which was hilarious to watch as Sulu goes online and just tries to eviscerate Shatner for just being more popular than him, was what it comes down to at the end of the day. When you're a grumpy old gay man, you don't get the popularity of the captain. Imagine that. Okay, we're going to talk about his reaction today and what's going on, because this is pretty interesting to me. This whole situation where he doesn't seem to have liked it kind of resonates with me, actually, and I'm going to talk about that in just a second. My name is John Delarose. I'm a #1 best-selling author. I'm an award-winning comic creator, and this is my book, Overmind. So this is my science fiction space opera epic. It takes place like thousands of years in the future with a whole humanity empire which stretches across the galaxy, all under one Emperor Grigor, and this is Ayla Rin, who is a special agent who goes out and quells rebellions and things like that. It's a lot of fun. It is a secret agent story in space, and you get a lot of fun with AI. You get a war that's brewing. It's going to build into this awesome universe, and it's my thought to replace Star Wars because I think I did a better job, to be honest. So check it out. That link is in the description below for our 66-page graphic novel. If you don't like graphic novels, you can go down and scroll on this. We actually have a book. I write books also. The Immortal Edge is a different Ayla Rin story. This is just a novel starring the same character. And we're trying to do multimedia. We're trying to be fun. And maybe one day we'll get a TV series or movie like Star Trek. All right. William Shatner. The beauty isn't out there. It's down. It's down here. Star Trek star William Shatner says going to space on Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin rocket felt like a funeral and filled him with overwhelming sadness. As you scroll through this article, you kind of learn about his experience on here, and you see how Shatner was visibly rattled by the experience of going into space, rather than everybody else who was toasting with champagne, high-fiving each other. I mean, he was really freaked out by it. And this is interesting. I mean, you start to think about space and the final frontier and going out there and what it would take to actually be in a military unit like Starfleet in space. It takes somebody with quite the psyche out there. A lot of science fiction novels actually go off on how the psyche really breaks in space, how different it is. You lose the sense of gravity. You can't even feel up and down right. You look out into the stars and it's just endless black. It's really interesting stuff. One of my favorite books, Stardance by Spider and Gene Robinson, actually really addressed that, and especially addressed the weightlessness aspect, where you lose your up and down and sense of it really changes your sense of humanity and what you think about things. And that's exactly what William Shatner experienced when he went up there. He said he stared out into that blackness of space and only saw death out there. And that's very interesting. And that's kind of what death is. It's like an absence of light. It's an absence of anything. It's an absence of sensory, right? And so, as you're aging and you experience something like that, I can only imagine it just makes you reflect on your own mortality and just what that means for your life and all that. It's a sobering experience and a sobering thought, which is why I'm covering this. I mean, it's not necessarily like our normal wheelhouse to cover something like this, but I just found it interesting, and I actually like the take that William Shatner had. It's pretty deep when he says that Earth is life, and you see the blue that's Earth and all that, and you have this connection with where you're from. And when you lose that connection, it's just like losing a sense of yourself. This is the type of thing that people talk about when they have this ego loss. And I think it's actually a healthy thing to experience that at least once in your lifetime. So you know that the world really doesn't revolve around you. It gives you a different attitude in life. It gives you a different perspective. And it lets you kind of look outside yourself and look into the world around you and say, what can I do to actually make this a better place? What can I do for other people? What can I do for humanity as a whole? And I kind of dig that. It's like a wholesome sort of thought. Now, it can be sobering and dark. And of course, William Shatner didn't enjoy his time with it. As you can tell, he kind of freaked out. But you know what? That freak out is part of life. And it's something that we all need to pay attention to and sort of look at our own surroundings and kind of look at what's out there. What do you think, guys? Is the final frontier for you? Do you think you'd be able to handle going into space and staring at the endless black? let me know. Leave a comment down below. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.